have to now allow to emerge, because that is the I that's going to totally direct everything that you do. But it's really important for us to understand that the physical body, it acts as an I, but an I that is limited in sight. And so we'll also talk about the body in terms of its role, its true role in this game, in this experience. Okay, so we said that the inner eye has vast vision capability, vast sight. The body is limited in sight. Doubt centers around the eye of the body. That's where doubt works, around the eye of the body. Scared because it is unable to see what is around the corner, what is around the corner. So it proceeds with caution. That's how your doubt comes in, because of the physical body and how it is wired, because of the fact that it is wired for what? To be programmed. You have to understand this. You've got to, by the time we're done with this, you're really going to change the way you view your body. You're not going to discard it. You're going to take it along. You're going to really see just how beautiful and amazing this vehicle is. But you're going to learn that you are two different forces in here, yet you're actually one force. And you're going to recognize that your body really is this vehicle, this vessel, just like that computer, the computer that you have, that is powered by tons of information, nothing but data in it, and you go in and you program it and you work it. Well, that's how we have to learn to work our bodies. We have to get it. We have to really get what the body is about, and that how programmable it is, and it's designed for the purpose of programming it. It's just that we forgot about that, so the body has just been operating based on any program it picks up, and you have let it take over. And that, what else is it supposed to do? It's designed to keep you going, to keep you alive. And so you have to understand how your doubt then gets stuck. Why you come up with doubts like that? It's because of how your body is wired. Okay, so let's go back to this, and then we'll go back to the patterns. And for those of you who are here, I can tell you, you came to this workshop because you are weary of the patterns in your life. These patterns support the doubt that you experience. That's really what it is. You are weary of the patterns in your life, and you are saying, okay, I've got to get off this whole thing about these patterns. So that's what's going to happen. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so limitations imposed on one's self while seeking spiritual freedom. Okay, and this is also, let me remind you that this is all a stepping stone. So no matter what I'm saying here right now, everything you've done has been a stepping stone. It has been a stepping stone. So we're going to learn that we don't want to discard, we don't want to toss stuff out and just disqualify it. No, it was part of the experience, but right now, in this moment, you are in a completely different phase, and you are in a mood to transcend those experiences and go on to something much greater. That's really all that it is. You've done with that, and you want to expand. You want to be able to use your imagination on a much more vast level. You want to bite off a larger chunk of who you are as a creator. Okay, so I talk about, guides and channeling, all of those things. Again, not knocking them, but what I'm all about. I am all about being able to come into my own and own who I am and be in my power, and not based on external concepts anymore. All of those things are great for the time that you need them. But you now have to understand, or you have to make that choice as to, am I ready to step up and be in full ownership of the fact that I am creator. I am the source that I am looking for. I am, if we might use the word, God. I am that. And this is what this is about. It's nailing that. It's just owning it and overriding all the programming that we have that says that we are not, and that we are not worthy of that, and that it's sacrilege and all of those things. Scientifically, when you look at science, science is saying everything is connected. If everything is connected, then, and everything is that one source of energy, then you are that. You are that. Okay? You are the consciousness that supports everything. Maybe not on the minuscule level. You can't feel that. You don't feel that because that's the way you have to operate right now. This is the experience that you, as the vast consciousness, has chosen to have at this time. Okay, so guides, channeling, stuck in the same organization for a number of years, fear of letting go, not sure quite what to do with yourself if you do. And there are people that are in certain churches, organizations, they've been there for 30 years, 40 years. If you're anywhere for 30 and 40 years like that, you must stop and re-examine. You have to re-examine, because I can guarantee you, you're on a hit rewind. That's all you're on. You're on this cycle, this pattern. That's all. It's the same thing over and over and over. And I tell you, when you are stuck in patterns like that, you shall surely age and you shall surely die. And we'll talk about why. Because it's a chemical process, because of how the body is designed. It's a chemical process, and the body needs certain chemicals to maintain it, to keep it youthful, to keep it going. But everything, when you're stuck in a pattern, it basically just wires you into the death process. Okay? So balancing your chakras, psychic readings. Did someone have something to say, or? No, okay. Balancing your chakras, psychic readings, astrology charts, feeling spiritually superior to others, believing that you are here to save others, special gifts. Those are all things that so many people have gone through. I talk to people all the time that will say things like that. They're here to save others, or they feel special, that they have special gifts. And that's fine that you feel that way. But, the truth of it is, everybody has those same potentials. It's just part of the ego trip that we go on. That's all part of it. When you study different practices, are you memorizing a process? Most often it becomes a ritual. Okay? So when we study things, when we do yoga or Tai Chi or all of these amazing things, are they just a ritual? See, because of the wiring of the body is all about just being programmed. That's all it is, just about being programmed. So you have to stop and recognize, okay, well, I do this all the time. I must create variations to all of the things that are a pattern, because if you don't, it just becomes the same static program. So you can't stop the body from being programmed because of the fact that's how it's designed. It's kind of like being in a relationship. You're in a relationship and you get used to each other, and there's habits, and you do things the same way all the time. Well, what you have to do with that relationship is freshen it up. If you used to go for walks and you would go down 5th Street, every time you'd go for walks, then okay, well, maybe let's go down 6th Street. Let's do 5th Street and 6th Street. That's all it is you're doing. You're taking those patterns, and you're always adding something new to it. You have to add a twist to it. And when you do that, it totally affects the wiring of the brain. As I've always said, yes, it creates new neural pathways in the brain. And when you do that, there is a revival that's always happening in the brain, and the chemicals that need to be produced to keep you young and vibrant, healthy, all of those things, it makes a difference. So knowledge